So as a real estate investor, the three most important rules are location, location, location. Well, this is a location. Is this a good location or a bad location? There are 5 characteristics that I look for to let me know whether I want to put my money in this neighborhood or not. And you need to learn these techniques. So what are the qualities of the best locations to invest? Because if it's a great location, you make money. If it's a bad location, it's going to be a struggle. So let's talk about those 5 ways. So location continues to be the most important factor in profitability in real estate investing. The key is to consider how the area is expected to evolve over time. In other words, your property is in a location. If the location declines, then so does your investment. So you have to do location, location, location. And the first area of analysis is this one. Property taxes, in my opinion, are the least important because they are what they are. You're going to have to pay them no matter what. But it would be nice to find a location in a state where the taxes are lower. That would be helpful to you. But the bottom line is, at least figure out what they are, what they would be on a monthly basis, because to do your analysis on whether you're going to be profitable or not, you'll need to know this information. How to have less expensive mistakes. Because imagine if you had a mistake and your property was located 5 states away and you had to fly there and fix it. That doesn't work. Eventually, though, as you become more intermediate and advanced investor, yeah, you'll invest anywhere in the world. But first we start within a 50-mile radius of where you live. Aim to invest within 50 miles of your own home. As a beginner, you want to be able to visit your properties and be close by. So the second point is crime rate. And yeah, that's important because you do not want to invest in an area with a high crime rate as a beginner. Therefore, if within 50-mile radius it's a high crime rate, you've got to be really, really careful. You might go outside in order to make sure your neighborhood has a lower crime rate. So how would you find out what the crime rate is in your neighborhood? Well, you drive around, you look, you talk to people, you go online, you Google it, you Zillow it, and you're going to figure out what the crime rate is. Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? The bottom line is, don't invest in a bad neighborhood as a beginner first. Later, yes, you could, but not as a beginner. So I had some students call me and they say, we're so excited, Bob. We bought these properties for nothing down and they were so cheap. And I said, well, where were they? And they were located in a city. I won't say the name because all big cities have bad locations in them. And this one city had thousands of terrible properties. And so although they were excited about making a good deal, I was not excited for them because I knew that they were going to have some problems. Now, could they potentially make a profit there? Sure, but it's not worth the risk. So I would highly recommend that you follow my advice, stay out of high crime neighborhoods until you are a seasoned investor. Oh, so number 3, obviously the job market, because you're going to rent out your property to a person who has a job, and if there are no jobs in that city, then yeah, that's not a good idea. So growing job opportunities attract more tenants. You can find job availability rates at the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics website. So with job opportunities in your mindset, you're going to look for places in your city that are close to shopping malls or close to schools or close to places that work, factories, things like that, because your tenants are probably going to want to live in a place close to where they work. And therefore, the closer, the better for you as an investor. In addition to job opportunities, you want amenities. That's number 4. It would be nice if it was located close to restaurants and schools and gyms and movie theaters and public transportation links. This just increases the value of your property because some people will actually only rent if it is within a certain radius of what they're looking for. So this is something for you to think about as an investor. I teach that you should have a buying farm. What that means is a location that's bounded by like a mile or two by a mile or two. So in that location, is where you become the expert. And for me, since the location was jobs and amenities, my buying farm was right directly below Brigham Young University. And there were thousands of properties in that location. And therefore I became an expert there because students needed places to rent, professors needed places to rent. It was just an absolutely perfect situation for my first $1 million. So what is going to be your perfect location? The last and the fifth final point is listings and vacancies. These are numbers you need to know. An unusually high number of listings may signal a seasonal cycle or a neighborhood in decline. A high number of vacancies forces landlords to lower rents. Today is what we call a seller's market because the buyers are bidding on every single property that comes available for sale. And therefore, the listing rates are going to be very low. But that number is going to increase as the market shifts, as it always does. So you keep a notice on that percentage. How many properties are available for sale right now in my local city? As this number goes up, the opportunities are increasing. The opportunities will be better. So these are rates that you need to keep your eye on. So to teach these 5 fundamental principles, I went to an unemployment line and selected 3 brand new beginning investors with nothing and taught them the fundamental process of location finding. You know, how do you find the right location? Well, one of the couples that I selected lived in the ghetto. So no, I didn't want them to invest there. I wanted them to go outside within 50-mile radius. Another one of the couples lived in a kind of a middle-class neighborhood. That was where I wanted them to invest. And the final one invested in another city about 30 or 40 miles away. Each one of them was taught these same fundamental principles, and they applied it and made some money, serious money. So this book, The Challenge, describes exactly what I taught them. I want you to read it because it's going to become real to you. You're going to say, real people used these real techniques and made some real money in a real short period of time. Read this book, download it, click it, go for it. It's my gift to you. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned that there is a way for you. There is a possibility for you. It may not be easy. It might be harder than you think. But the bottom line is you can be in a property this year, even in the middle of this marketplace. So subscribe so I can teach you how to do that. And the next video just might be the video you needed to see. So watch it too.